rice, dude. Did you ever try that?
Not yet. I haven't been to Dollar yet.
They don't have them anymore. I almost cried.
What?
I know. I was like, oh, no, that's fine. I'll just have regular, boring rice. All right, everybody. Welcome to Hot Couch Potato, the podcast where we talk about video games and frying. My name is Brent, a.k.a. Boo Up. I'm here with my man, Rick, a.k.a. A New Perfect Day. What's going on, man?
I discovered that the best hot dog I've ever had is called Hebrew hot dogs. I've never, ever in my life tasted a hot dog like that. And I was like, is this what hot dogs is for real supposed to be tasting like? Because holy shit, man, it doesn't taste chemically. But I am getting ready to fall asleep. Take my third nap of the day.
Jesus, that food coma, dude. Wait, third nap. What time did you wake up today?
I woke up at 5, and then I got up, and then I went back to bed at 7, and then woke up, and then came home or left for somewhere, then went to bed at 12, and then woke up, and then I was about to go back to bed before we started this podcast. Oh man, I've never slept so much. I don't know. I guess it's because I have a lot of energy through the week, and you know, I just started the new job, so it's like it's kind of tough. Like I don't know. I guess my body's recovering. Maybe I'm old. I don't know.
You just got the the new sleep schedule. So you maintain that sleep schedule over the weekend, dude. That's all it is.
I already fucked it up.
You're taking a nap at work. Oh, that's the thing, man. That's super clutch for me. Is taking a nap at work. I know it's kind of trash if you sleep in your car, but yeah. I'll eat and then I'll take a nap for maybe 15, 20 minutes, and it carries me throughout the day, dude.
Oh, yeah. I think I should try that. Because my job is at Destin job. We randomly get lunch at occasions, and sometimes when we don't, I just like go straight to my car and I just knock out.
Yeah. No, because I notice a difference, man, between the days where I don't take a nap and I do take a nap for lunch, and the days I don't, the day drags, dude, and I'm about to just fall asleep at my desk, man.
Exactly. I just wish I can take lunch is like right before we're about to leave, so that way when you come back, you're like, oh shit, I gotta go now.
I do. Yeah. The morning kind of drags if you do that, because I leave at, what time do I leave? I leave at like 5, right? But I take my lunches at like 1:30. So by the time I come back, there's only 2.5 hours left of work, and I'm just like basically going home already,
That's the perfect day.
You just gotta survive the mornings though, man.
Yeah. Sometimes like I see it, it's like 10 o'clock, 30 minutes go by, and it's like 10:01. I'm like, fuck.
Oh man. But yeah. Kind of a slow week, man.
Yeah.
I've mainly been playing. What have I been playing, dude? Oh, I've been sneaking around and playing some Monster Hunter, man.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so
for the event, right?
No, it's over. So that I jumped back in to play the event. So basically, I'm trying to get this trophy, right? It's if you get a gold crown for all the monsters, and you get a gold crown for catching the biggest monster of the type. Like, let's say you're hunting a Juratados, right? That little fish amphibious thing. If you kill it or capture it at a certain weight, there's like a top weight that it could be like 2,000 pounds or something, let's say. And if you find one that's 2,000 pounds, you get a gold crown for it, saying that you've caught one of the biggest ones ever. So you have to catch a big monster for like each type. And I don't know, it's kind of a grind, and there's like a bunch of guides out there for it. But the easiest way to do it is through event quests. Ones where you have to hunt a bunch of them at the same time. And those event quests were out during the Autumn Festival. So I was going to jump in and do that, but the Autumn Festival's over already, dude. These things are fucking short, man. I think they're 2 weeks long or something like that.
Dang, maybe it's the time that goes by so fast,
Maybe.
Wasn't it August yesterday? Weren't we going to PAX yesterday?
I know,
And
man.
now it's like, oh my god, it's Christmas tomorrow.
No shit,
So.
dude. And we're about to like buy Comic Con tickets already again, dude.
Oh my god, next week? Oh.
That'll be fun, actually, man. It's been a while since we've had a Skype call other than podcasting, dude. Although we might have to graduate to Discord this year, man. We get a bunch more people on the train, you know,
Yeah,
get
exactly.
more opportunities to buy passes. Funny story. My coworker, right?
Oh.
She gets Comic Con passes every year. She tries to as well, you know. And she used to work with my cousin, and that's how I kind of met her. My cousin's like, "Oh, hey, I know this person that works over there too, right?" So
Oh.
that's how we met. And the funny story is, she told me she hates my cousin because
What?
they were part of I'm exposing some people here. I won't say names. We were, they were buying Comic Con tickets together, right? They were kind of doing what we were doing. They would all get on a Skype call or text each other whenever they got in line to buy Comic Con tickets and buy tickets for each other, right?
Oh.
So my cousin had this with this chick, and he got in and didn't tell her he got in, and instead had this chick he was dating at the time take her spot for the tickets he was buying, dude.
Wow. Holy crap.
So she finally gets in and she tells my cousin like, "Oh, hey, I got in. Blah blah blah. Do you want me to? I can get your ticket. What's your username or whatever?" And my cousin goes, "Oh, good job. I already got mine already though, so you don't need to get me mine." And she was pissed and just never
Dude.
talked to him again. Or I guess they went to work the next day and she was just yelling at him or whatever. Just funny stuff, right? So that she's telling me the story and I'm laughing and I tell him the story. He's like, "Yeah, I definitely did that." So we're just cracking up about it, you know. And you know, we get the email for Comic Con. What was this? Tuesday or something? Tuesday or Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just chilling at my desk and she comes by because she takes a break with someone that sits near me. She comes by. I was like, "Oh, hey, are you gonna get your Comic Con tickets?" And she's lights up. She's like, "Oh yeah, I got the email too. Blah blah blah. You want to jump into our what do you call it? Our Comic Con buying party or whatever?" And I go, "No, I already got a full group of people." And she just gets mad. She's like, "Oh, okay, I see how it is. You're just like your cousin. You just don't want to help me out." And I was like, "Yeah, that's true."
Well, we were there first. Our group was
That's what I
there
was saying.
first.
I feel like we were the ones that pioneered this shit, man.
Exactly.
We were doing this shit since like Blackfish came out. I remember one year I watched Blackfish the entire time we were waiting. But it's so funny because I think she was expecting me to be like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll jump in with you guys," but nah, man, we're OGs at this shit. It was just funny how mad she got.
I know exactly. Even my cousins know. They're like, "Oh yeah, I already know Rick has his own little group going on." I would never ask him anymore because before they would ask me. They're like, "Oh hey, I got in," and then I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of already got my tickets, so I can get yours."
Yeah, right. So we'll see. I don't know whose turn it is this year. I think last year maybe you got it or John Raymond got it.
I don't remember. I just hope one of us
I
gets
don't
it
remember
now.
either. I know, because it's usually one out of the three of us. Because that's not right. You could just buy two extra tickets besides yours, or two people.
Yeah, 2 people. So yeah, 2 people.
Yeah, yeah. So no, that was funny. It's just funny just blowing someone's expectations out of the water. She's like expecting me like, "Oh yeah, I'll jump in." I'm like, "Nah, I'm cool. I got my crew." So it's funny. That'll be exciting next Saturday. I hope I'm not doing anything. That's right,
I
because I think
know.
last year I had to do it through my phone or something. I forgot. Because I definitely didn't get in last year. Oh, I think I gave you my login, right? You had my laptop or some shit like that?
Oh, I
Or
think I
you had
did
like an
have
extra
your
laptop?
login.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. When was it? It was like in November or something like that. I
Yeah,
don't
I think
remember.
around the same time. The last or second to last, what do you call it?
Yeah, because I think you were working on the Saturday.
Something
You
like
had to
that, yeah.
come in on a Saturday or something like that.
Yeah. Shit. Who knows, dude? But Anyways, that was a huge tangent, man. What were we talking about? Monster Hunter. How the hell did we start talking about Comic Con, dude?
I don't
Anyways,
know.
Monster Hunter. So, yeah, the event was over already. So I was a little bit sad. Fortunately, I bought all the um, trick or treating armor. We got the USJ armor, which looks fucking amazing, by the way. Forgot to mention that. We got that blue Japanese samurai armor. So that's
Yeah.
cool. So I was bummed out that we couldn't do any of that stuff anymore. I was trying to look for those giant golden crowns. And in the event quest, there was only one. And it was one of those G ranked or arch monsters. It was Lunastra, the blue version of Teostra, right?
Yeah.
But instead of being the purple outline to show he's tempered, it's a orange outline to show he's like the arc version of it. So I was like, I don't know. I can fight the tempered version easy enough. Let me try this, right?
Was it easy?
I actually beat it, dude. Like one on
Oh,
one,
nice.
I beat it. It was all right. The only thing because I don't know, it's tricky. It took me like half an hour, but it's just tricky. He doesn't have that same explosion that Teostra does. You know, when Teostra kind of floats up, and then he's glowing, and then that gives you some time to flash him, so he'll fall over.
Yeah.
He has a move like that, but it's not quite like that. Instead of him kind of floating there and you have to shoot him to knock him down with a flash bug, he'll yell and fly in the air and just a bunch of waves of fire just go out and damage you, you know? So
Yeah,
you just
and
have
I can't block it.
Yeah, so you just kind of have to wait for him to yell. And then as soon as he yells, just book it around a corner, you know? So I changed up my armor a little bit and got earplugs and shit so I can tell whenever he was going to do that. And yeah, I wouldn't lie, dude. One time I far casted out of there, so it took me immediately to the camp just so I could avoid it. I was cheesing that shit up, man. Let me tell you.
I think I like play dead. Like I get hit by the yell or the explosion, and I'm on
Mhm.
my back, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna stay here until all the flames are roasting me.
See, that's the thing too. That one constantly, I guess it's in this arch version, but it constantly takes your health down. You know, so you can't really do that. You can't just hang out either away from him because he'll still kill you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I beat it and I was like, oh, cool. And I don't know, I didn't know what you got extra, but I got a bunch of Lunastra stuff and then a Lunastra ticket. So I took that over to the blacksmith. And he said, "Oh, here we can make you some new Lunastra armor, and it looks fucking amazing, dude. It's blue.
What?
It looks blue, but it looks like a Milky Way inside of the blue armor and stuff. I don't know if you've seen or if you remember the Lunastra armor, but there's lightning bolts and shit. It looks like the Milky Way in the
Wow.
chest piece. Yeah, it looks fucking awesome, dude. And the stats are okay. I mean, I don't think I would ever really use it like that, but it just looks cool, you know. And they need to put glamour. They need to put glamour.
They
in Monster
need
Hunter
to
World.
put glamour. I don't know why they haven't. You know, they'll sell a lot of money too if they just have it for DLCs, like unlock all glamour kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. And so I was like, okay, cool. Let me unlock this armor. You know, let me fight it again. Couldn't beat it again. I think I fought it 3 other times. I was just getting my ass kicked, right? My tricks just weren't working out. So I went back and I just started, oh, let me just answer some SOS calls. You know, maybe that'd work out for me. So I started answering SOS calls. First one I jumped into, there's a guy with a great sword and a guy with the horn hammer thing.
Uh-huh.
And we're fighting, and I start to run because he yells, and I start to run because I know that fire's coming. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it wasn't even the hammer at this point. Maybe it was the guy was just a full support class, but my health was healing the entire time that fire was going, and these guys were just fighting inside, and I'm out here running to the camp and shit. I'm like, wait, what? No way. So that was great. The dude was just super duper healing everybody. We beat that pretty easily, you know. And I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Now I got 2. I need 5 of these pieces to make the armor. This is gonna be an easy morning, you know.
Yeah.
So jump in again with another guy who has I don't think it was the same guy. I think it was a different guy that had the hammer horn, and he's fighting, and he's dressed as Sakura. And I go, what the hell? Is the Sakura armor like good for healing or something like that?
Uh-huh.
And we beat it easy peasy. I jump into maybe 2 or 3 more to try and get the 5 pieces, and I can't beat it, dude. I try to jump into groups with a healing horn or whatever, and they fill up before I can load into the instance, or they're
Dang,
just not
yeah.
accepting me, you know. So I that's it. I don't beat it for the rest of the morning. So I go back to the workshop and try to figure out which, armor pieces will be best to build. 'Cause I'm probably not going to beat this thing again this entire time it's available. And he gives me a little mission. He goes, "Oh, go ahead and talk to the expedition people. They have something for you. They want you to complete a delivery." So okay. So I go down there, and if I trade in two of these pieces that I have to build a tempered arc Lunastra armor, I can make Sakura layered armor. I was like, what? So that's what that
Oh,
guy was doing. He was probably wearing his
yeah.
regular armor, but he got this just, on the fly so he could dress up like
Skin.
Sakura to fight the thing, dude. And that got me
Yeah.
thinking too, because while I was doing this, someone was dressed up as Dante. And I was like, I don't remember the stats for the Dante armor, but I don't think I'd be wearing it in this type of situation. So is there a layered Dante armor too?
I have no idea, but if there is, I would like it.
I
I want
know,
it
man.
now.
Because I would just wear the trench coat and then armor pieces. That would be tight, man.
Yeah, with a helmet.
With a helmet. Yeah, yeah.
Samurai armor. And I don't know. I went with Dragoon. And we still haven't beat the Behemoth one.
Yeah, the
So,
arc one, the tempered one or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know if I want to jump back in and try it again, look for SOS people. But after I didn't buy the Sakura armor yet. I don't know if I want to waste my pieces on that or if I want to get the full armor. But dude, after that, I got into this maybe 3 hour rabbit hole, right? Because I was like, man, maybe I should just be the healer. I can't find teams with a consistent healer. Let me make a healer class, right?
Yeah.
So I Google up the best Monster Hunter World healer class, and I look up the armor I need to get and the little gemstones I need to have to slot into the armor. And I start hunting, man, because I'm missing some parts. And I think I needed to build, I forgot what horn I needed to build, but I needed a gem. So I start, looking for the monster to find the gem. By this time, I think I'd woken up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and by this time it's almost noon, it's almost 1 o'clock. I sit there, I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I doing this, dude? I kind of snapped out of the hunt because I've done this before. I feel like I've done this before in video games. Have you done this before? Where you're used to being DPS. I mean, I'm always DPS, right? Or you're used to being a tank, right? And you feel like a healer's not doing their job. You feel like another class isn't doing their job in an RPG. So you switch over and you become the other class, and you're like, yeah, this will show them how to play, right? Meanwhile, nobody's doing your original job correctly. So there's always just a wink leak somewhere,
Yeah.
Because I feel
I
like,
think that was like Final Fantasy 14.
yeah.
Like when I switched to healer, because you need that for your subclass for tanking.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, let me play with healer. And then before you knew it, I was like level 40, and I was like, wait a fucking minute, I was only supposed to be level 15 in order to, use my tank class. So let me go back to my tank class.
Yeah, man. My problem is, oh yeah, like for that, watch, I'll do all this stuff to become a healer in Monster Hunter World, but in doing that, once I jump into a mission with a bunch of people, the heals will be fine, but no one will be able to do damage. Everybody will just be dying for some dumb reason other than me healing them incorrectly, right?
Yeah.
We'll run out of time or some bullshit, dude. So I know that's what'll happen. I don't know. We'll see how much free time I have this week or how much longer this event goes on for me to try and build it up. But no, it's just funny. For one morning, I got really, really, really deep into Monster Hunter World just because I saw that mission, man. It's cool that it could still capture my attention like that. It'd be more fun if more people were playing too, but everybody's kind of off doing their own games right now.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I can't blame them. Pokemon Go, Spider-Man is out too. I still see people playing Spider-Man, people playing Destiny, so it's just funny, dude. It's funny I beat it the first time solo, and I could just never recreate that beginner's luck. But yeah, man. What games have you been playing this week?
Uh, just a little bit of into Kingdom Hearts. I was like, man, I really got to beat Kingdom Hearts before Red Dead comes out, and I was like timing it. I was like, okay, there's no way I'm gonna go through everything and beat Kingdom Hearts. Cause I'm like kind of exploring everything, like when you're going through worlds and you're using the gummy ship, and I was like trying to
Mm-hmm.
figure out how to like go faster and slow down, and then all of a sudden, I was prompted to like upgrade or change parts on my ship, and
Oh,
I
dude.
I could not figure that out for the life of me. I spent like 30 minutes just like rotating the ship up and down, left and right, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. So I think maybe I had to go to the tutorial, but yeah, just visited one world this week, and it was the Tarzan world, and the villain, of course, he's hunting all the gorillas, but Tarzan doesn't want to show where the gorillas' locations are or their haven or whatnot. But you earn their trust as Sora and your crew, and he decides to show you to the location, and then that's where the villain like tracks you guys down, follows you, and he starts hunting the gorillas, and then the Heartless comes in, and then that's where you have to actually go and stop him. And that's what was cool. I thought it was gonna be a quick, easy mission, but I
Mm.
ended up dying a couple of times with at the boss. Oh, by the way, at right before the boss, sometimes there's these weird looking floating dolls or something like that, and they split into five. Do you know what I'm talking about? And then you have to like pick which one is the correct doll, and if you don't, you get zapped. And then after a certain amount of failures, it goes away. Do you know what reward it gives?
Oh, I've seen that, but only in the remaster. I think that's a remastered thing because
Oh,
I
okay.
never did anything with that in the original one. Uh, yeah, because that's like a girl version of the Heartless, right? Of one of the Heartless, or is it just completely unique to that area?
It's right before the boss, and it's like a little tiny floating dolls, and it splits into like six of them, and then like it like mix and matches with each other, and then
Mm.
you have to pick the right one in order to I don't know. Like it seems like if you get three, then pass it. But I've been trying to reload the saves, and it would only occur randomly.
Oh.
And also, in that little Tarzan area where there's like you're the home base and the tent is up and all that.
Mhm.
What are those enemies that are like they look like mushrooms and they're just like bowing to you all the
Yeah,
time?
yeah. You have to
What the?
cast certain spells on them, and they'll give you items
Oh,
that you need. I don't know if you've discovered synthesizing yet, but
probably
basically
not.
you get ingredients, and then you can build stuff. That's how you make the strongest keyblade in the game is through synthesizing. So you'll find a
Oh,
bunch of random ingredients. One of them's pretty hard to get. I think you have to. So there's one of those mushrooms, right?
uh,
And you have to hit it in the air, and I think you have to hit him in the air 50 times in a row. He can't touch the ground, and then he gives you one of the items you need to build the ultimate weapon. It's because when did Kingdom Hearts come out?
like 2007 ish, eight,
Nah, it'd have to be earlier than that, man. At least the
six.
first one, maybe 2001 or something, because it was on PS2 for sure. But I feel like
2002.
yeah, 2002. So this came out after Final Fantasy X for sure, for sure. And I feel like Square was on that same bullshit. You remember in Final Fantasy X where to get people's ultimate weapons, you had to just do ridiculous challenges. Like I
Uh,
think for Tidus's, you had to dodge 50 lightning bolts or something in that one area.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think they were still on the heels of those kind of challenges from Final Fantasy X. So that's why it was in
Uh,
Kingdom Hearts like that, where you had to do these bullshit challenges to get the ultimate weapon. For those guys, I think you need to cast whatever they're doing. Some of them look like they're praising the sun. Some of them are like laying down. Some of them look like they tripped or something. You have to cast the right spell on them. Um, 3 times, and then I think they give you an item or something like that. Um, since you're so early, I don't think you've learned all the right spells yet, so I wouldn't worry about it yet. You can always go back, you know.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I was like getting confused. It's like because they weren't attacking, and
Yeah.
then yeah, and
If
then
you
the
hit them, they
dolls
just like
one.
disappear, right?
Yeah, and I was like, I thought I was doing it right. I was like casting spells. I'm
Uh,
like, there's some sort of puzzle to it, and don't, I don't know. I just ignored it for now, but it like
yeah.
kind of bugs me
I think
that I
that's fair
ignored
enough.
it.
Yeah, yeah. You can afford to ignore it for now, man.
Yeah.
Those floating dolls ones, I do remember it singing it during my most recent playthrough of Kingdom Hearts, but I don't remember that at all from when I originally played it. So I don't think that was there when it originally came out, dude.
Okay,
So I don't
because
know if you're
I'm
missing too much
not
there.
looking it up right now.
The gummy ships, though, I would try to survive as much as you can with just the stock gummy ship, because as you play, they'll give you what are they called? They'll give you blueprints, and you could just use the blueprints to build new kinds. And then I think one of the rewards you get from Mount Olympus, or at a point in time, you'll get a box with like a full set of all the gummy blocks ever, so you can just build whatever you want to your heart's content. So don't put
Ah,
too much stock into it right now, because flying around's still pretty easy in that first little galaxy area.
yeah.
It's not until the late game where you'll want to upgrade, put shields and rocket launchers on that shit. And that could
I
wait.
was trying to figure out how to even do that. Is that under like customize or something?
Yeah, you can customize, and then the thing is, you have to buy or pick up the right parts. It gets kind of crazy, dude, because then you need a power supply, and then you need your ship has to be a certain number of blocks before you can add more weapons onto it and shit like that. It gets kind of,
Damn.
yeah, it gets kind of extensive, dude. So I wish I still. Well, I guess I could plug in my PS2, because I remember my OG gummy ship was just so gangster, dude. It had a shield, I had boosters, I had 17 different lasers firing from it. Like
Damn.
all I had to do was leave my ship in the middle and hold square or whatever it is to shoot. And I would just kill everything, dude. And then I had nets on the side of it too, because you know how to pick up items in the gummy ship, you have to fly to it.
Yeah.
I had nets on my gummy ship, so all the items just came to me. I was just farming, man. But those gummy ship portions are fairly easy for now, so I wouldn't really worry about upgrading it yet. Maybe you'll see when you get to like the second half of the gummy ship flying part, you might have to upgrade it. And
Gotcha.
I don't know, man. See, that's why I'm so excited that gummy ships are coming back in Kingdom Hearts 3, dude. Because it was kind of fun. It was a cool little break from the story mode that you had to do, right? Because
Yeah.
you go literally through every Disney movie with a twist because of the Heartless in each world. And I don't know, you can kind of get exhausted, some fatigue from too much story. So it's fun to just sit back and have a bullet hell mode, just kill everything real quick in a ship. That story wise kind of made sense because you had to fly to different worlds.
Yeah. Question: do you have to go through it multiple times to get back to one of the planets? Like, if there's a planet in your way, you have to go to that planet and then go to the planet you're trying to go to.
Do you want me to spoil it for you?
Nah. I'll figure it out.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
So if you're trying to go back to Olympus or Mountain Olympus or whatever, and you're in a world that's 2 worlds away, yeah, you have to fly like through that.
2 times.
Yeah. It changes later though. You'll see. So I won't really spoil it too much, but yeah, it changes later.
Okay. Gotcha.
So did you figure
Well,
out the
that's what
dolls?
I've been playing.
Did you find out what the dolls were?
No, that's what I was like trying to look at. Yeah, I guess not. I can't find. I don't know what they were called, but they. You know, there's like a little area, and there's like a stump in the middle of the area, and it's like in the bamboo area where you're
Oh,
about
okay,
to
yeah.
fight the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Right before or when, as soon as you get into the area, you'll see like one doll, that's floating. It's like, I guess it's a heartless, a floating heartless, and it's pretty small. And then the closer you get, it'll divide it into 6 clones of itself, and then it will like fly around and mix with each other. and then if you hit the right one, then you get gummy or money,
Mm.
and then if you hit the wrong one, you get zapped. And I think if you fail like 5 times, then it'll disappear. And I was like
Mm.
always wondering because I only encountered it twice, and that was
Mhm.
because I died and reloaded, went to that area, and then I saw it. But then there's other times when I died, reloaded, went to that area, it was not there. It was like something else, like a different battle.
Mm.
So I'm not sure if that was like completely random and whatnot, but it's like it's eating at me now, like knowing that I failed it because I got it 2 times, and I was like, all right, one more time. But it goes so fast at the third time, like I really can't catch up.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I'm like, that better not be like the ultimate Keyblade recipe in that shit. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be mad.
Actually, who knows? Maybe, man.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a trophy for getting all of the keyblades, getting all of the shields that Goofy has, and getting all the what are they called, wands that
Mm.
Donald has. And I remember getting all of those fairly easily in the PS2 version. In this one, they added a bunch of new weapons, man. So it's kind of crazy.
Oh, okay.
I think in the original game they had 8 or 10 or less. Now there's like 20 different shields and wands that you can get each of them. So, oh, the upgrades are cool. It's just crazy that it's flipping my expectations of the game on itself. Since I remember it a certain way of how it was when I was a kid, and now it's like, oh shit, they completely changed it, dude.
Yeah, which is cool. Like now it's still kind of modern, but you can see where it's like still old text.
Yeah,
Some of them, their mouths don't move. And I'm
yeah.
like, okay, I saw that.
How do you like the gameplay so far? Like, especially for the Tarzan area, is it was it a little bit confusing figuring out where to go to advance the story?
No, because I remember the first time I ever played this game,
Uh
I
huh.
was mad. I was irritated because I didn't know where to go, and
Uh
the jungle was mixing me up. But then now coming back to it, I don't remember anything about that level, that world.
huh. Uh huh.
But it's like my whole body reactively or instinctively reacts to everything, and it knows exactly where to go for some reason.
Okay. Okay.
Like I was like going through the jungle. I knew which vine to go on. I was
Uh
like,
huh.
man, I don't remember any of this in my from the past. So
Yeah.
I think it's because I spent so much time on it a long time ago, but now I don't know. I went through it pretty fast. It was just that one particular puzzles where I've never seen before, like the floating dolls or the mushroom bowing down. It's
Uh huh.
like I don't remember that. I might have skipped it back then, or
Yeah.
like if it's a new feature or whatnot. So
Yeah.
I remember I got stuck on Alice in Wonderland, which I haven't done yet,
Ah. Okay.
and I think that world made me stop the game.
Yeah.
The second time, it was the Moby Dick world
Uh huh.
that made me stop the game. So
Ooh.
hopefully,
Yeah.
I get past those two, and like I'll complete the game this time.
Yeah. The Pinocchio one where you're inside Monstro. That one is still kind of confusing.
Oh
Um.
God.
So yeah, and so that was my biggest gripe with coming back to it is I'm definitely a lot older than I was when I first played this game, right?
Hmm.
Sure, they changed things like the weapons and new enemies and stuff like that, but I felt like I was so lost playing it the second time around at this older age, dude.
Oh really?
When I was in the Tarzan jungle, Alice in Wonderland, I knew I was gonna get lost, so I made sure to pay attention. Um, the Tarzan stuff, I was paying attention, and I still couldn't figure out where I had to go. You
Mm.
watch one scene and it's Tarzan trying to talk to his gorilla family. Hey, it's all right. Jane is cool, and they're like, don't believe him and leave. I go, okay. What do I do now? I'm just walking around randomly, and I see another cutscene. I go, oh, okay. This is what I needed to watch. I walk around more, and nothing happens. I go, you know what? I haven't been in the treehouse for a while. Let me go back to the treehouse. And then that's when the tiger comes and starts attacking. And,
Yeah.
like I had no idea what I was doing in that world to continue the story. Because that's all the game really is there's maybe 8 to 12 different environments on each map. And following the story on that map. You just have to go to different areas of the map, and they're not in order. You know, you'll have to
Yeah.
go backtrack certain ways here and there, activate a cutscene, maybe do a fight, go somewhere else, activate a cutscene, so on and so forth. Um, they aren't the greatest at telling you where to go for some of these moments. So that's why I think I got confused. But the rest of them are pretty easy. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm so invested in the lore of Aladdin, or I'm so invested in the lore of Nightmare Before Christmas that those were just so easy. But especially for Tarzan and Alice in Wonderland, I'm with you. Those are a little bit tricky, dude, because I don't know
They
what to do.
are, yeah. I still remember my frustration with Alice in Wonderland. Like, I spent like 4 hours just wandering around, and I didn't know what to do, and
Mhm.
that's when I like, you know what, this is not for me. So I hope that's not going to be the case again. I hope I already know where to go. I think I have an idea, but no. Yeah, I'm gonna get frustrated.
Yeah, what I solved it with was like I just gotta think like I'm, you know, 13 years old again, 12 years old again. What would my 12-year-old brain tell me to do here? You know, where would I
Ooh,
check
piece
out?
of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So yeah, um, I still haven't played 2. When did I play 1? That was a couple months ago. Huh?
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I'm so in it. I'm gonna start Chain of Memories. Never heard
No,
from
yeah,
you
because
again.
Chain of Memories is fucking trash, dude. TRASH trash, dude.
Now I know. Now I
Dude,
know.
I wanted to play through the whole story and get it, and then I realized I don't know why. You know why? It was fun on Game Boy Advanced, but playing
Mm.
through it on PlayStation just doesn't seem that fun to me. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm coming off of playing Kingdom Hearts in original gameplay. Now I'm playing this card game where I could just be
Oh,
playing the original gameplay. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, man. Because they took the game and flipped it on its head. But then again, I can't. I don't know. I don't know why I'm mad now. Because I definitely played through this game on the Game Boy Advance. For sure. I definitely remember playing through it. And once you beat the game, you play through it again as Riku, actually. And you get Riku's side of the story. And I finished that too. So I definitely finished this game twice over. I don't know why. Maybe the graphics are just a little bit more. They're more
Not your
charming.
standard.
Nah, they're more charming on the Game Boy Advance, I think is what it is. Because it's the
Huh.
2D anime sprites. In this one, you know, it's on PS4, so it's 3D, so it looks like um, the Kingdom Hearts graphics, but it's not quite. And then, of course, time travel or alternate dimensions or something. So Sora forgets everything he learns from Kingdom Hearts 1 into this game. So maybe that's why it's kind of frustrating too, where I saw the Game Boy Advance game as a brand new game, and this one, I feel like it's just like Kingdom Hearts 1, except I start all the way over, you know?
Is
So
it relevant?
from what I remember from the endings, yes, it definitely ties 1 and 2 together. Whereas if you were to play 1 and then play 2, there's definitely going to be some characters in the beginning where you're like, where the hell did these guys come from? Where's Sora? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it definitely ties in directly, so it is relevant.
Dang it.
Yeah, it's just frustrating. I think you'll see what I mean, because you'll have an expectation of how the rest of the games are gonna go after playing Kingdom Hearts on PS4, and then you're gonna realize, oh no, I'm not like this. But yeah, I think that's why, man. Oh, maybe if I try it again after not playing the original Kingdom Hearts after so long, maybe it'll hold up. But who knows, dude? I got a lot on my plate right now as far as video games are going, dude.
Red Dead. Yep.
Yeah, dude. Red Dead is about to come out, bro. They had a new
Yay.
gameplay trailer come out earlier this week.
Uh huh.
Amazing. I can't wait. I cried the whole time. in anticipation?
I just saw it today too, because I've been trying to avoid the spoilers, and I want to be like surprised at what you can do. But then I guess it's good to know that these are the capabilities of what you can do. Do it in as soon as you start playing the game. Because I don't think I would have found out like about the whole system, or like I forgot what it was talking about, but basically it's like something to do with the law. You can either go be a bandit, rob a lot of banks, or you can either be a good abiding citizen and save a
Mhm.
lot of people. So yeah, I would have not known that, but it's just good to see all this amazing graphics, and still gotta get that TV. And
I know, dude. I'm so picky, bro. But yeah, that I guess it's kind of a morality system that you have
there you
where
go.
yeah, I think the way they showed it in the trailer is if you kill somebody, their family's gonna remember. If you walk through a town, they'll be like, "You killed my husband," and then just be mad and maybe not help you in certain areas, which is cool, man. Just have a we always talk about how we love organic worlds on here and just make it feel real and immersive. So I think that'll definitely help. Um, I was reading, or it's been confirmed that the entire map from Red Dead 1 is going to be in Red Dead 2. So that's going to
Nice.
be crazy, dude. So we'll see everything. How long is it? Uh how long is this in the past? It's maybe 10 years? 10, 15 years in the past before Red Dead 2 happens? I forget.
I don't know.
But we'll be able to see all the environments. I wonder if the McFarland's Ranch is gonna be there. I wonder if Armadillo's gonna be there. If we're gonna see the young sheriff dude,
Landon Ricketts.
Landon
I
Ricketts. We see a young
want to see.
Landon Ricketts before he goes to Mexico. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait. That's gonna be cool because we'll kind of know the area, but not know the area at the same time. And
Yeah.
then on top of that, there's just gonna be added stuff, dude. Oh, it's gonna be so huge. I think it, this game is gonna be like Skyrim for me, where, or not Skyrim, but Oblivion, because I never really played Skyrim, where I escape jail, and it'll tell me I have to talk to this guy in this um castle. I'll start heading towards the castle, make a left, travel for 5 years, and then go to the castle. That's gonna be my journey in this game, dude.
Yeah.
Once they give me control, I'm gonna go to the mountains, to Mexico, find Landon Ricketts, take out an entire town, rob people, rob a bank, rob a train, and then go do my first mission. Let me teach you how to shoot.
Bitch, I just robbed 10 banks.
Yeah, I remember doing that in Oblivion. Just I was supposed to talk to someone in a village, who was gonna turn out to be the future king, or who was like the king of the correct bloodline or something like that. I was gonna help him start his rebellion to take over the throne or some bullshit, right? So I had to go to this town to find him. But of course, I did my own. I joined an assassin's guild. I joined a mage's guild. I joined all these guilds, a fighter's guild, and all this stuff. I became a vampire. I did a bunch. I had my own life. And then
Yeah.
I go to the town. This guy's still just hanging out in the town, being a regular person, not knowing his destiny. I think that's what I liked so much about uh Oblivion, Elder Scrolls. I think that was 4. You're not the main character in that story, but everything is dependent on your actions at the same time, you know,
Yeah.
because without you, the guy doesn't get inspired to take the throne. He doesn't have the right army around him to fight off the Daedric armies or whatever it was from the underworld and shit like that. Um, I think that's why I enjoy that game a lot. There isn't too many where, even though you're controlling a character, where he's not the main character of the story. He's like a support character, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
But Red Dead, dude, I can't wait. The graphics look great, dude. I like how you can run into people and you have choices of what you can do to them. You can pull out your gun, you could just tell them to fuck themselves, or you could say hi to them, or you could say, "Oh, I don't see anything." You're just walking away from them.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
great, dude. I think I'm gonna shoot first, ask questions later, wherever I go, dude. Can't wait for it to
Excuse
come
me,
back.
sir. Where is the bat? Bam, 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 bam.
I know, right? I can't wait. I'm looking for a ba 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 ba. Just see one person alive, tie him up, and put him on my horse. You know what I mean? Oh, dude, wait. Speaking of leaving one person alive and tying them up, I played Dungeons and Dragons on Friday night, dude, with my cousin. He's been trying to get me.
You're done, or you're just started? Did you just start Dungeons and Dragons?
So he's been trying to get me to play forever, right? And I don't know. I'm kind of not into it. You know what I mean? It's just,
yeah,
I don't get it. I play video games. I don't need to do a live board video game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was like, "Oh, come on, man! Like, trying to get a new game together. We're seeing if we can interest new players. So we're just getting a bunch of new people." So I was like, "All right, man. You know, I'm not doing anything Friday night. I'll come through. You know." So he's like, you know, what kind of character do you want to be?" And I told him, "Do I want to be ranged filth? You know what I mean? I just want to be a guy with a bow and arrow that just hangs back and fucking shoots shit, right?" And he's like, "Okay, I got you." So he made a character for me and all this stuff. But anyways, it's called he called it a one shot. So it's not a long drawn out like campaign, but it's something that you could play through in one session essentially. So we were just there, you know, for that night to play through that session. And I was a ranger. There was 4 other people. I think there was like a barbarian, like a rogue. What else was there? A sorcerer and something else. But anyways, there was this point where we were escaping this like temple of like necromancers and shit. You know, they were summoning dead trolls and shit to fight us, right? And they're trying to lock us in, you know. So we're about to get to the exit. They're hammering us in, and we bust through the front door, and there's like, I don't know, 7 goblins in front of us. The wizard our sorcerer puts them all to sleep. One of them runs away. Everybody starts killing the goblins while they're on the ground. And I'm like, wait, we should question it because we don't know how we got to this temple, right? Or this church or whatever. So I start telling her, like, wait, we should ask these guys. Like, we should interrogate them. Like, why are we here? Why are we together doing this stuff, you know? So for whatever reason, my character can speak the goblin language, right? I don't know why I could speak this goblin language. So I'm the only one that can talk to them. So I try to save 2 of them. I grab 2 of them, I pull them to the side, I wake them up, I make sure they face me so they don't see a bunch of dead goblins behind them, and I just start questioning them, you know. I'm asking them questions and stuff about what we're doing here. So and so, who are we chasing, why we killed everybody, all this stuff, why they're trying to kill us. And they're giving me answers. But the cool thing is, my cousin, he's running the dungeon. He's the dungeon master, the DM. He is just telling me the answers because I'm the only one that can speak the language. Not everybody else knows. You know what I mean? So at this point, I can lie to them and make up answers and shit about what's really going on. You know, because the story begins, we wake up in a room in this temple. We have no idea why we're there. So that's what I was trying to figure out. I was asking the goblin, you know, why are we here? Why are you guys trying to kill us? All this shit, you know. So as we're trying to figure that out, and basically the goblin says we came in the middle of the night and murdered everybody, and they put us to sleep, and then that's how we woke up in the back of the room or something and started to escape. So then I started to feel bad that these guys are just hanging out and we came in there and killed them in the middle of the night, right? So yeah, the 2 people on my team are trying to kill these goblins. And I'm like, fuck, I feel bad. We should have killed them in the first place, you know?
Yeah.
They're like trying to intimidate them and shit while I'm questioning them, and they're just giving me answers. And I like make a commotion, right? I'm like, oh my god, look over there, guys, by the door. There's like a trap. This guy told me there's a trap right next to the door. We got to take it out. Everybody turns, you know, and looks at the trap. And while they're looking at the trap, I like untie the goblins and fucking kick them out and then tell them to run. I fucking tell them to run. And one of the barbarians is like, oh, but before he does that, I swing my sword and chop one down. I'm like, oh fuck. And I feel so bad, dude. But it's funny. I don't know. I had a pretty good time with it. My cousin actually wrote out the story that we played out, so it's pretty cool. But that just reminded me, dude, of tying people up, because we tied these goblins up and we're trying to figure out what the fuck we were doing in this temple, and how I ultimately felt so bad that we were there in the first place. I tried to let him go, because, dude, throughout trying to get out of this temple, we're killing a bunch of goblins too. So now I just feel bad. I'm like, shit, we're killing these guys for nothing. We broke into their house. But anyway, I don't know. I kind of had a good time with it, man. I kind of had a good time.
Good. You're gonna be playing like every single weekend now.
Nah, man. I don't think I could spend that much time, dude, because it's a lot of time and effort. It's kind of funny because I like playing Risk too, right? Have you ever played Risk, the board game?
No, I haven't.
Because that's one where the same kind of concept is like you roll dice, and whatever you roll, that's how high your attack is, you know? It's the same thing in Dungeons and Dragons. And you could definitely see the inspiration from Dungeons and Dragons to a lot of video games that are out there, you know? Because I think by the time we got out of that temple, my character like leveled up. I gained 2 spells and all this shit. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, no, I can't imagine playing. I don't know. Every week would be kind of crazy for me, man. I think, and literally, I think we started around 6:30 or something like that. And by the time we finished the story, it was like midnight. I was like, holy shit, dude.
Damn, 6 hours.
But the thing, it didn't seem like it at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we were so invested in it, or at least I was so invested. It didn't seem like it at the same time. So who knows, man? Maybe. It'll take forever. I've seen some of the long, drawn out campaigns, dude, and some of them take forever. And I was an archer, and that shit was easy. I remember the guy that was playing as a sorcerer. I felt like he was making shit up. You know what I mean? He said, I opened my book and freeze this guy and do this and that. And I was like, wait, you could do that?
That reminds me of a story. I think it was like one of the YouTubers was like saying how he played Dungeons and Dragons. And then he said that like it was him and 2 other guys decided to pick the same class, which was like mage or sorcerer or wizard, I forgot. But one of their skills was sleep, and you know they said that one of the abilities of sleep, you know, you're able to put enemies to sleep, but you have to roll, you know, and you know sometimes they would get out of the roll or they wouldn't be able to put the enemy to sleep, but they made it. The 3 of them agreed to each, all of them to have sleep. So that way, so if they go and one messes up on the sleep cast, you know, the other 2 would help and try to put the enemy to sleep. And they did this throughout the entire game. And then since the mages or whatnot, physical damage is very low, it only takes 1 hit or something like that. They would each take turns, like hitting the boss or enemy or whatever they encountered, while the other 2 would put them to sleep. So every time he waked up, they would roll, and the enemy would like go back to sleep while they're beating up this guy for like 1 damage each. So throughout the entire game, I think they said that they pissed off the dungeon master because it's, you know, it's viable. They have to go through it. And they went through the entire game beating up all the enemies with 1 damage while the other 2 were putting them to sleep. Oh, that was fucking funny.
That's so troll, dude. Another funny part, another cool part. No idea, right? Because at the end of this thing, we get into a bar fight, essentially. And I'm an archer, right? So it's the first thing I do. I flip over a table so I could hide behind it and shoot arrows from behind this table, right? You have to roll a strength check, or you have to roll a dice to see if you successfully kick this table over, right? Which is crazy to me. I roll a dice and I get a 9, which is fairly low. It's you can get 1 through 20 on this dice. I roll a 9, which is fairly low, but thankfully I think I could add 2 from my personal strength onto that. And my cousin, he's a DM, he goes, okay, so you barely kick over this table. You struggle a little bit. I was like, fine.
You broke your
I
leg kicking
know.
the table.
He's like, you're worried for a second, but it finally tips over, and you had me on this table. I was like, oh, thank God. So I did that, right? And this is in one room, and a guy's actually trying to run away from the fight, and we have to catch him. So he gets into another room. So I jump through a window to get into the other room, and of course, what's the first thing I do? I kick over the table in front of me, right? So I'm just super confident in my rolling. I roll again, and I get a good enough roll, higher than a 9 this time, so I confidently just kick the table over, right? Motherfucker, there's a candle on the table, so now I kick it over, and there's a fire in the bar now. I was like,
oh no! Everybody get out, and you have to kick the door open.
Yeah,
You rolled wrong.
And the thing is like, my cousin, he has miniatures of all this stuff. You know, he has like a diorama set up of the floor plan of this bar. He had a floor plan set up for the temple. It was crazy. It was super in depth, you know.
Yeah.
We had little characters or little what are they called? Just little figures to show who we were and where we were on the map and stuff like that. So I kicked the thing over, and it's like a little miniature table. So we turn the table on its side. My cousin's like, oh, there's a candle on there. You light the place on fire. And he puts down like fire little tokens on the ground. So I was like, holy shit, this is actually kind of crazy, you know? And
Yeah.
like the fire affects the whole fight. Like people are getting burned. There's smoke, so we can't see it. I was like, God damn it. It was like, shouldn't have kicked over the table, man. I'm like, I didn't know there was a candle on it. But yeah, it's kind of fun, man. But like, I can't imagine playing that every week. It's kind of draining, dude, because you got to think. My math was doing shittier and shittier as the night went on, dude. I was doing certain attacks, and I'm like, 13, and they're like, no, dude, it's 18. I was like, yeah, 18. Like, my math was getting horrible.
Damn. Maybe we should all play. Just get everybody around that we know and just have a Dungeons and Dragons night for 2 days.
That might be fun, man. We got to get someone that knows how to play though, you know?
Your cousin.
That'd actually be kind of cool if, you know, he got us, or like he ran the dungeon for us, because he knows a lot, you know? Because there's stuff in there that I wouldn't even know what to do. I had like 5 different dice, and I had to roll it for each different thing I did. And I'm a ranger, and he said like level 1, 2 is like easy shit. I only ever rolled 2 of those dice, dude. So yeah, that might be interesting, man. But yeah, no, it was pretty fun. But yeah, dude, back to Red Dead. That game's gonna be amazing, dude.
Fuck yeah! Especially if the bears are in hyper 4K HD.
Dude,
we're getting chased by them.
Oh, man, if they have it again, where it was like the original Red Dead, where you know, the fear of just hearing that mountain lion growl in the background.
What was a lagger or cheetah or something?
Yeah.
God,
that was the scariest.
Yeah, like that. I think I played so much of Red Dead that it just affected me in real life. You know, I'm like driving around and I hear something similar, and then like, you know, your heart starts racing, you start sweating. It's like, God, because it comes out of nowhere, like a mountain cheetah lion thing, and it swipes you off the horse.
Yeah.
And then while you're like struggling, I don't know why you like take 10 years to get up, the mountain lion's like running after you, and I'm like, oh yeah,
dude.
And then it can kill you pretty fast. So, God, like as soon as I hear it, I immediately just go into Deadeye, even though I don't know where exactly it is.
Just trying to lock onto everything wherever it could be at, dude.
Yeah.
No, I definitely get that. Now, there have been plenty of times where I threw a dynamite at myself, or I rode my horse off of a cliff trying to avoid these things, man. Because it sucks. You just hear the growl, you panic, it comes out of nowhere, kills your horse, and then, like you said, you stagger, take you 5 years to find your footing, and then it kills you in 2 swipes.
Exactly.
Bear's even worse, dude. But yeah, if they can recapture that fear, which I'm sure they will, it's gonna be great, dude. Yeah, just the implications of who you can run into from Red Dead 1 and Red Dead 2. Just see him at the younger age. Like, what if you run into Seth, that graveyard dude, but he's not crazy. He's like a smart guy. You know, he's just a stand-up
Oh
dude.
damn! Before all the drugs.
Yeah, dude, before he gets all crazy about hunting treasure and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good, man. That'd be good. 2 weeks, dude. We should start a
Wasn't he,
fucking countdown. For
oh,
that
like
game.
a band or like a group? Can we even do that? Like, what's it called? A posse or I don't know.
Oh,
like
an
a
online?
gang. Yeah, a gang online. Can we like have like our own personal gang
Oh,
and
I'm sure. Yeah.
start raiding everybody? And I don't know. I hope we can be able to play together through the story. If not, I don't mind it. You know, like I'll
Mhm.
do my own thing. But if it, you know, if we both can rob the banks in the storyline or the story mode, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, just have a guest, I don't know, like a random gang member join you and help you go through all of the police or something like that.
That won't be bad. If they have you, I don't know, maybe reenact it or do like a multiplayer version on online, I wouldn't be mad at that either.
Yeah.
That would be sick. Because from what I heard too, or what they were saying in the trailers, is you get to build your party basically. You know, you have a camp full of the Vanderlyn gang, and then you could choose 3 or 4 people on who you'd want to take
John
to,
Marston.
to your next job. I know. I'm gonna take John Marston everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take what's his name? Bill Williamson, because he
Oh,
seems
Bill.
like he's a sharpshooter, right? From the first game, we know he's a sharpshooter, so I take him everywhere to snipe. You know, yeah, I think that'd be sick.
Damn.
Like choosing your party and laying them out, as long as it's not like, oh, I could switch between the characters I choose. You know, I don't want that. I just want to control one guy. You know, it was cool for a little bit in GTA 5 where you could do that kind of shit, but it was kind of forced sometimes, you know. And I think it'd be a lot more fun if you were able to set up how you wanted to do the robbery and then just control one guy through the whole thing. I think that'd be sick.
Dude, that would be sick.
But yeah, less than 2 weeks, the 25th, man, which is coming up, dude. I think I was looking at a calendar and I was ordering something for work that had to come in, or that was going to come in next month. And I was like, yeah, estimated delivery is going to be November 6th. And I was like, holy shit, it's fucking November already, dude.
Dude, yeah, it's Christmas tomorrow.
I
Don't
felt
you-
like we barely hung out in 2018, man. I
Yeah.
specifically remember telling someone, man, I do not know how to write 8s well. I hope throughout the year my 8s get better. Like for when I'm signing or dating shit. And
Yeah.
nah, man, my 8s are still pretty trash.
You still got 3 months.
You know, okay, so how do you write your 8s, dude? Do you do 2 circles or do you do like the one
like an
stroke?
infinity, yeah, 1 stroke line.
Okay. For some reason,
You write 2 circles.
it starts good. No, I do the 1 stroke, right? It starts
Huh.
good, and then by the time I'm done with the backwards S, I just give up and draw a straight line, dude, and it looks horrible, man. I don't know why. How about this, dude? If you write a B, how do you write a B? You draw the line
The line and then a 3.
and then a 3, so you go back to the top, right? And then
Yeah.
you draw a 3. Dude, so I draw a line, right? I draw a line down, and then from the bottom, I make a 3. So I never lift up my pencil.
What?
Is that weird? That's
that means
weird. Huh?
it's like an upside down B now.
Well, no, because I'll make the bottom one bigger than the top one still.
Exactly, upside down B.
Is the top supposed to be bigger than the bottom?
I think so, like a little bit bigger than the bottom. So
Oh,
that's how
weird.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because
Maybe I'm
what do you
crazy.
call it? Especially B, because my name starts with B, so I've been drawing B's all my life. That just shows how lazy I am. My handwriting is, I'll just go straight down, and then what about D? You draw the line down and then just do the curve from the top?
Yeah, D and the backward C,
Yeah, dude.
and then it goes through the whole line, or for the bottom.
Yeah,
I
dude.
think.
No, I put the line down and then curve it from the bottom up. I don't lift my pencil.
Wow,
Is that fucking weird? Hold on, I'm gonna write a B and a D right now on a piece of paper.
Doesn't people go from the path of least resistance, and you're like going uphill when you're drawing? I don't know. I guess it's on flat.
So I guess the
Flat
D's
desk.
do look kind of trash, because then
Uh huh.
Like the way it connects on the bottom, it just follows that same line. The B's don't look too bad though.
I'm like mentally drawing it now. How you're drawing it.
Because, I mean, it's one motion. Why would I lift up? I guess it looks
Then you
neater.
might as well do it backwards. Like start from the bottom, go up, draw the straight line, and then go down and drawing the backwards 3.
That's sacrilege, man. That's just fucking weird. I'm not a weirdo, dude. But you're right. Like the path of least resistance is going up, down, right? I don't know. Maybe just because I've been doing it all my life. Maybe I should just write backward or write upside down.
Nah, man, don't change your life. Just change the whole system of how to write a letter B.
Because you know what's funny too? All my R's, I'll do my R's like that. I'll draw the line.
Tell me you do
No,
like
there's no way.
The stick right backwards,
There's
and
no
then you
way.
draw the D, and then you draw the line.
There's no way to do that backside. So I'll draw the line from top to bottom, and then I'll go back to the top and do the loop and then the straight line. So that's when I do. So, yeah, I'm just lazy, normally? Dude. I'll go down, and since I don't have to lift up my pen, I'll just come up with the 2 curves for the B. Let me write out the whole alphabet right now on this piece of paper and see if there's any other ones that are weird. Oh, E. How do you do your E's?
Start from the top horizontal line, and then I make a C, a giant C, and then a line in the middle.
What about a capital one?
Yeah, that's how I do it.
Wait, what?
So you draw like a box C.
A box
and then you write
and then you put the little line in the middle?
In the middle, yeah.
Oh,
Is that not how it's supposed to do that? What the fuck?
We have to talk, my friend. We might not be friends after this. We might not be friends after this, dude.
Oh god.
Or maybe I should start doing it wrong. So I do a L. I do the line in the middle, a little smaller, and then I do the line at the top.
And then you do the line in the middle?
Well, no, I do a L, and then line in the middle, and then line at the top.
Oh, I've noticed your writing is going from bottom to up mainly, like from all your letters now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you always start like on the side, and then you draw upwards. Your B goes upwards. Your E.
Yeah, no wasted movements, man. Because then I go
D.
down to the bottom of the paper and then go back to the top and then go back to the bottom. That's too much, man.
Yeah. You should just write cursive.
Cursive is gonna be even worse, dude.
You'll never lift your pen. Maybe.
Hold on, I'm almost done with the alphabet. I think those are the only weird ones.
How did we started talking about writing letters?
I have no idea, dude. Oh, because of how crazy it is that 2018 is ending. And I'm going to write an 8 right now and see if it still looks like garbage. You know what? If I were to compare this 8 to my 8s from earlier in the year, I'd say my 8s are getting better, actually.
Who talked about this? It was your coworkers saying that you don't write good or something?
Yeah, dude. Remember, because I used to sign a bunch of stuff for somebody? I used to sign out food stamp cards. You know, whenever we handed it out, me as a supervisor had to double check it, you know, to make sure it was right. So I would do that, but in doing that, I had to sign, you know, to verify that I did it. And of course, you have to put the date with your signature. So yeah, that's when someone judged my B super hard and judged my 8s super hard, and I was like,
traumatized.
I guess I'm trash. Yeah. I guess I am trash at writing, but yeah, well, I'll have our own stuff. Have you ever seen? So there's this dude. We've just gone off on super tangent. I thought today was gonna be slow, but it's a good thing we're active on these tangents. There's this show called The Unabomber on Netflix, and you know, real life stuff. It's when this guy was mailing bombs to places that he didn't agree with and just blowing shit up, dude. The guy was a genius too, so it was crazy. But he just didn't have anything traceable back to him. This happened, I think, in the 90s. So what's it called, like CSI stuff wasn't as advanced as it is today, where you can kind of track stuff better. They couldn't track anything about this guy, right? So how they found him was through his language. like how he wrote letters and things like that, the wording in his letters, who uses certain words, certain verbiage, and all this stuff. They figured that like only people born this year would still say the word um, coming forth or something like that, like
Jesus.
since he used certain terminology, since he wrote letters certain ways, since he said phrases, like he must have come from this area, he must be well educated, he must be between 20 and 25 years old, all this shit, dude. And they figured it out all from his handwriting. I forgot what they called it too. Something linguistics, like forensic linguistics, I think is what they called it. And what happened is like when they finally went to court to try and throw this guy in jail, the guy's lawyer was like, "Yeah, what the hell is forensic linguistics? I think this is made up just so you could catch him." And that's how he almost got out of jail. But now that I'm looking at it, if you saw me write down the alphabet, there's probably some things that you could figure out about me. Like I'm lazy.
Yeah, like I was watching a lot of forensic stuff, and they actually, when people sign stuff, they match how you curve certain letters of your signature, and if you have like a little, I don't know, little tag curvature at the end, when you like, I don't know, like if you like make a D, and then how you make a backwards C and stuff like that, if there's like a little tag at the end of the tail, they like can trace it back to how you write stuff. And
if you're left or right-handed or something.
Yeah, it's like
That's
crazy. And then like if you lift up the pen at certain strokes and whatnot, some are sharp, some are like very wide, and it's like, damn, it had me thinking too, like, in high school, I'm like, okay, I gotta forge my signature to go on a field trip. Maybe I need to like reanalyze everything, so stuff like that. So
damn, yep. Yeah,
it always has me second guessing now. Every time when I like have to sign something for people, I try to put myself in their shoes and like look at their previous signatures and then try to imitate
try to live their whole life for them. Like,
yeah.
They must have been bullied in middle school, so this is why they write like this, dude.
I got letter S. Well, I got spanked in the butt, so I have to make my curve free.
I know. Their name starts with a B, so they start the B from the bottom. I don't know why, dude. I don't know why. I think that it's pure laziness that I write my B's and D's like that.
Hey, yeah, everything's gonna be traced back to you because they know.
Funny, dude. If you ever commit a crime where the person has to analyze your handwriting, you're obviously not smart enough to pull off that crime. Just fucking type everything, dude.
Exactly. Get a stamp or something.
Or do that shit. Do that shit like they did up back in the day where you cut out magazine letters and wrote shit out, dude.
Yep. Just make sure your fingerprints are not on them.
Oh man, that's fucking funny. But yeah, dude, Red Dead, man.
Dude, what the fuck? How did we get to this again?
But yeah, Red Dead's coming out. I think October 25th for sure. So shit, yeah, I'm gonna put in my request for the 26th off. Coming up here.
Yeah, is that a Friday? I think it is.
Yeah, so that's perfect, man. Take that extra day off.
Nice.
Tomorrow's actually Columbus Day, so shout out to everyone who has tomorrow off. I definitely don't. I wish I did, because
don't either.
I could definitely use another day off of work. But yeah, what other stuff? Real quick, Walking Dead is coming back. The people that published the comic books and wrote the comic books are actually gonna finish the video game, so that's good, dude. I'll be able to finish that story, man. I'll be able to play it myself.
Exactly. We gotta figure out why the zombie apocalypse happened. Where is it exactly happening?
They're not gonna figure that out in the video game, dude.
No, they have to. Like, oh, okay, this is why it happened, or at least go back to the crime scene. Patient Zero.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
I doubt they'll take the story there, dude. But that's positive thinking, man.
Yeah, they're like the intern dropped his, I don't know, pen.
That'd be funny, but that's where it all started from.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll be able to see the end of Clementine's story. I don't know if it ends in any other way besides her dying. I'd be interested to see that. Um. Oh, dude, I've been playing Hollow Knight too. I've been playing a lot of Hollow Knight
Oh,
actually.
how is it?
It's good. It's really good, man.
Yeah.
Um, everyone's a bug, so I think I just got into the mind state where I'm okay with everybody being bugs. But you have this sword called a nail, and it kind of is. It's kind of like a or needle or nail. I think they're nails, but one person's sword is called a needle because she has a thread in it. She throws it at you, and she could pull it back. It's a crazy boss fight. Um, Hollow Knight 2D platformer. Um, I think it's not as fast paced as the Messenger. That's for sure. Um, there's some pause between your jumps. You have to recover a little bit from jumps. Your attacks aren't one right after another if you're spamming the attack. If you hit something, you recoil a little bit. So you'll hit something with your nail, and
Uh.
then you'll bounce back a couple of frames. So getting used to that was crazy for some reason to me, man. Like I wouldn't account for the space that I would move back after hitting something, and then when I tried to hit the enemy again coming back, I would miss, and then since I had to, recover from that miss, they would hit me. So I was like, "Fuck! All right, I got to get the timing down right for this." Um, there's badges that you can equip, and these badges have different perks. And then you get these things called notches where you could attach the badges onto. So depending on how many notches you have, that's how many perks you can put on your character. Of course, the first badge I put on is to where if I hit something, I don't recoil. So if I hit something, I just stand in place. So now I'm just spamming shit, dude. It's great. I fought a few bosses. First boss I fight just whooped his ass, dude. I think the Messenger. Oh, and Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight also helped me out a bunch in just owning at this game. Just the jumps and then the downward slashes, dude, and just comboing up off of those downward slashes.
The supercharging
Yeah,
and all
man.
that.
Yep. The Hollow Knight or the Shovel Knight for
Shovel
sure
Knight.
did, where you just jump and you hold the down attack. You just keep bouncing and just track the enemy. You have to do that in the Messenger too, but I think more so in Shovel Knight does it translate into Hollow Knight where you have to do that. It's funny because it's more about attacking stuff, and I think I'm barely now getting to the parts where there's jumping puzzles. I just unlocked a dash too, so there's a lot more jumping puzzles that are coming up with spikes, acid in the ground, and stuff like that. And I think for sure the Messenger has prepared me for that. Like I said, it's not as fast paced. You don't have this thing where you can dash, jump off of something, regain your jump, and then dash again. You can't really do that. You only have one jump the entire time, and you can only dash after every time you touch the ground. So it's a little bit slower, but I can see where they're going with the puzzles. They can't trick me too much out here, man. I'm a ninja that's been in the past and the present and the future.
Prepared, senpai.
But it's cool because at the same time too, they did a good job of hiding stuff because it's one big map that's connected. It's like the whole second part of the Messenger. And I didn't realize there were areas I couldn't reach until I unlocked this dash, or until I could unlock the wall climb where you can hang on the walls and jump off of it. So it's funny, I did all this, and then there's this kind of bug train system that can take you from different areas to different stations. And there was this one time where I went back to the main hub, this city, where there's all the shops and everything like that. And I went back to the first area with my dash, with my wall climbing abilities. I discovered so much new stuff that I didn't know you could do the first time I went around in that area. So they do a good job of hiding and masking all that, not making it too obvious, for me, as far as how they tell the story, because you can run into different NPCs on the map as well as how they're telling the story, and where I can see which NPCs I'm going to end up fighting as bosses later. This very much so. I think this is the 2D platformer version of Bloodborne for sure, dude. I could safely say that.
Man.
Yeah, there's this one area where this whole time you're fighting in caves. You're fighting in like this friggin' fungus world, this jungle world, all this stuff, and you finally pull up to this place where there's like buildings, you know,
Uh,
but you're underground because you get to this stuff all from underground. So you're underground. You have this place where there's buildings, there's like mansions, there's sorcerers and shit everywhere. There's knights patrolling everywhere, and you're like, oh man, this is cool. And it's raining, and you start to think to yourself, holy shit, wait, it's raining, but we're underground, you know. And then one of the characters comments on it too, and it just gives you really this dark feeling and of how it is. And yeah, it reminded me a lot of Bloodborne, and how it was playing through that game. So safe to say it is the Hollow Knight Bloodborne edition, dude. But no, it's a good game, dude. I'm glad I bought it. I don't think I'm anywhere near the halfway point of this game. I'm actually stuck on a boss right now because just like Bloodborne, Dark Souls, there's checkpoints, which are benches. So you sit in this bench. It's kind of like a bonfire, and or a lantern or whatever. And so if you die, you lose all of your money, and you start back up at the bench. You know.
oh no.
So every time you die, you have to go backtrack from where you went all the way back up. It's funny though, you know. Usually in Dark Souls and in Bloodborne, all you have to do is if an enemy has glowing eyes, you kill it, you get your souls back, or there's a little item on the ground that you could pick up, and that's how you get all your souls back, right?
Yeah.
In this game, your souls turn into a shadow form of yourself. I didn't know that, right? So the first time I ever died in this game,
So you're fighting it or something?
yeah, you go to the area and I think, oh, I just have to pick up the money I dropped or the souls I dropped. No, there's a dark version of yourself that has all of your abilities.
Damn.
And I like didn't know that, and I just saw it. I was like, oh man, is that a new enemy? He shoots a fireball at me and kills me. I was like, what the fuck? So I lost like 300 souls early game, and I was like, oh no, I was so upset, dude. But now they have a bank. There's a banking system, so you could store your souls or coins in there. So if you die, you don't lose those. The only thing is, so far, this bank only has one branch, and it's a pain in the ass getting to it for me, man.
Oh, really?
So every time I find a new shop and I want to buy something from there, I have to backtrack miles and miles away to get my money out, dude. And then I run the risk of dying on my way back to the shop. Oh my god, dude, it's almost not worth it, man.
Shit.
But it's a good time. I feel like I'll finish it before the week is up, so we'll have the review for that next week, man. It'll be good times.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. You got anything else, man? I'm glad we squeezed out a lot of tangents on this one, dude. I was
Yeah,
kinda
like
scared.
how to write
Yeah.
correctly and how.
I was kind of scared we weren't going to talk about anything in this episode. Oh, a Harry Potter game leaked, which looks amazing. I'm sure if Rick and I were more diehard Harry Potter fans, we'd be way more excited.
Into it, yeah.
But
It looks pretty cool.
yeah.
Just, I don't know. I couldn't see really much because I guess it was being pulled down, and they had some sort of white filter on the video so they wouldn't get copyrighted and whatnot. But honestly, it looks pretty good. Like if we were into it, I'd say I would definitely check out that game because I don't know, it seems pretty fluid.
Yeah.
As well in gameplay.
What if it was like
Pokemon?
Well, no, like Red Dead style, right? Like open world, third person, but instead of a gun, you had your wand. Yeah.
There better be romance in it. It has to be romance in it. And there can't be anybody with zebras.
Because we already saw
like that.
we already saw that they're taking it to another level, right? Because he busted through that door, and one of the little goblin dudes got stabbed up against something.
Yeah.
So we know it's gonna be a little bit more adult, dude. So that might be sick.
I was like, there's monsters dying, people dying. I was like, does that happen in the book? I don't know.
It's like book 8 stuff, man, or book 7 shit, man.
Yeah.
So maybe, dude. But yeah, I'd be interested to see it. The leak came from I think a study group or something like that. They were doing a study on people's reactions and how people would be susceptible to enjoying a game like this, and someone just picked up their cell phone and recorded it real quick, and released it and leaked it out, which ultimately might be the smartest marketing move ever if they're coming out with this game, because by the looks of it, it's a pretty thought out game. It's not like they just put this together in 2 seconds, right? There's gameplay and everything for it, so
Yep.
it looks pretty far in development. It always reminds me of, remember when Deadpool, before Deadpool came out, there was that leaked like cell phone video of the same exact scene from the movie where he's beating up dudes in cars and shit like that.
Yeah.
And that's what got people excited that there was going to be a Deadpool movie coming out. I think that's exactly what they're doing with this game, and I'm not mad at them for that. We've definitely talked about leaks on here before and how sometimes they're good, you know? It spoils the surprise sometimes, but no, they could be good for you. So we'll see, man. There's always room for open world third-person games in my book, dude. Actually, no, there's not, dude. I say that. And that fucking Assassin's Creed game looks super good. I just don't have time to play it.
I think it got good reviews. I haven't really looked at it, but I want to pick that one up too.
Damn.
So many games.
And the Ancient Egypt one too? Would you pick up that one?
I would have to, because I have to like get an idea of what's going on in the story. You know, I have to play Syndicate and.
Oh, you're gonna go all the way back, dude.
Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what's going on. Like, literally, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, maybe there's no more room for third-person open-world games. But I think being a wizard would be a good change of pace in it. And that'd, like, print money for the amount of Harry Potter fans that are out there. So, you gotta do it, man. J.K. Rowling, man. Just let it go. Put it out. But, yeah. I guess that's it for us this week. You got anything else, man? New York Comic Con? I don't think they.
I was actually looking at the
reveal
tweets.
Anything at that thing, huh? Do they?
Yeah. No, I think it's all the stuff we already learned or saw at San Diego Comic Con. So I didn't really see anything other than the tweets of what Square Enix was handing out. I think they showed like Sephiroth and the Cloud one that they're working on for PlayArts Kai.
Oh, okay. I thought they were handing out something Sephiroth. I was about to riot, dude. Wait. The last time we got something free from them, it was a fucking, what was it? Like a Dragon Quest lanyard or something like that, dude.
Yeah.
Why would they save Sephiroth stuff for not San Diego? RIP, man. But yeah. We'll see you guys next week. We'll be off the heels of our Comic-Con ticket buying adventure, so wish us luck on that. But until then, Rick, some words of wisdom?
If you want to try awesome hot dogs, get the Hebrew HEBRD. I forgot it, but it's awesome hot dogs. Try it. Right. Brown.